Breaking news, the Patriots have traded away Matthew Judon. We'll give you all the analysis. You're on PatsCast.
Matthew Judon's gone via trade to the Falcons, a deal well made. No more saxophone.
Welcome to PatsCast. I'm Brad Whitaker. The New England Patriots have gotten rid of arguably their best defensive player, Matthew Judon, one of the better pass rushers in the NFL. They have traded him to the Atlanta Falcons for a third-round pick. We'll break it all down for you, but first, I wasn't going to do a podcast today, but this is some pretty major breaking news and another opportunity to plug ExpressVPN. If you don't have a VPN in 2024, you're really missing out. You're putting yourself at risk from hackers stealing your data, your passwords, your credit card information. You don't need any of that. None of us need that. You really need a VPN in 2024, and that's why we have a special offer for PatsCast listeners. Visit expressvpn.com/PatsCast and sign up for the annual plan, and you will get the first 3 months free. Again, that's expressvpn.com/PatsCast. Get yourself a VPN and use ExpressVPN, the most trusted VPN network with the fastest speeds, and you can connect up to 8 devices on a single account. Again, that's expressvpn.com/PatsCast. But like I said, Matthew Judon is heading out of Foxborough and heading on to Atlanta, going to play for the Falcons, and presumably will be getting the money that he's been asking for. I would expect the Falcons wouldn't make this type of trade if they didn't want to sign him to a at least 2 to 3 year contract extension, and he's going to make a lot. A pass rush of his caliber, if he's healthy, if he plays 17 games a year, is worth upwards of like $20 million. So he's going to get a good payday out of this, and I think the Patriots got a very strong return. Matthew Judon's on a 1-year contract, and they got a third-round pick. I don't think the Atlanta Falcons are winning the Super Bowl this year, so this could be like a middle third-round pick or even a higher pick in the third round, and that means the Patriots will have the opportunity to continue jump-starting this rebuild and select 4 players within the first 3 rounds. Not to mention, I don't think the Patriots are going to be very good this year. I'm kind of coming to reality here. Yes, I'm excited about the new Jerod Mayo regime. I'm excited about Drake May. But seeing that offensive line in the way Jacoby Brissett and Drake May, had they not been wearing the red jersey, just would have gotten beaten up. Jacoby Brissett is going to have a tough time behind that O-line, even that first-team offensive line this year. And I don't care how good their defense is, and they're certainly taking a step back with this Matthew Judon trade. If you can't protect the quarterback, if you can't generate the running game a little bit, you're not going to win a lot of games, and we're looking at potentially another 4-win season. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. You just have to get that first-team unit offensive line correct and get some depth there for when people go down. You know, if they can get their O-line together, the Patriots could actually be a solid team this year. I just haven't seen it so far. So, if that's the case, we are looking at an early first-round pick, an early second-round pick, an early third-round pick, and probably a pick somewhere in the middle of the third round as well. And that will give the Patriots the opportunity to address that offensive line, assuming they can't get it together this year. And look, if they end up with the first pick in the draft or the third pick again and have another 4-win season, well, They're probably not going to play Drake May much under those situations. They're probably not going to draft a quarterback there. So you would think they would package that pick for even more picks. And, you know, perhaps you get 2 or 3 first-round picks, like two this year in 2025 and another in the future. There's a lot they could do with that, and then take the best tackle in the draft or take the best receiver in the draft. Wherever your biggest hole is, you can address that, and then address your second and third biggest hole in the second or third round, and then add some more depth with this pick that you just got from the Atlanta Falcons. This is going to help the Patriots a lot, and I think Eliot Wolf, perhaps watching joint practices with the Eagles, realized that this team is still a long ways away, that Drake May, who I think is developing better than at least the headlines are saying, that he still has a ways to go, and you don't want to risk putting him out there behind a Swiss cheese offensive line. You know, you might as well trade Judon, who's probably going to be gone in a year anyway, see what you can get in return, and then you have some valuable picks to use to really address what's needed next season, and then you might have a pretty good team next year, especially if you're able to draft the best tackle or the best wide receiver, and then move it that way. And look, the Patriots defense, like I said, they're going to take a step back from this. We don't know when Christian Barmore will be back. It may not be until next season, perhaps. Maybe we'll never see him again. We hope to see him sooner rather than later, certainly. But Patriots still on defense with that unit are left with Anthony Jennings, Josh Uche, Keon White, Dietrich Wise, O'Shane Zamines, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. There's still a lot of good players there that are starting caliber defensive players, and this is probably the strongest unit the Patriots have. And the defense is not the issue. Obviously, it's the offensive line. So, you take a little bit of a step back trading Judon away, but you get a valuable third-round pick, which is pretty good for a guy on a one-year contract, as good as Matthew Judon may be. And you got depth at that position. And also, I think the most important thing here is Jerod Mayo is sending a strong message. Yes, I know Eliot Wolf ultimately made the deal, but Jerod Mayo is basically saying, look, I know I'm a player-friendly coach. I may put an air hockey table in the locker room. I may let players speak out a lot more than my predecessor, but remember, I learned under Bill Belichick, and we don't want any distractions. If you were here under Bill Belichick, Matthew Judon, you would have been out the next day, and he probably would have traded you for a 7th-round pick, similar to what they did trading Jimmy Garoppolo just to get rid of him when there was the QB controversy with Tom Brady. He would just get rid of you for scraps, and we let you stick around. Judon, he did get his act together a little bit the last couple of weeks, but this ultimately said that Eliot Wolf picked up the phone right after, and it took a couple weeks, but got the best value in return, which is a 3rd-round pick for a guy who's not part of the long-term picture for the Patriots. So kudos to Eliot Wolf. This is his first real trade, and yeah, it's not a blockbuster deal, but they got rid of the distraction. As much as I like Judon, the guy Matthew Judon, he's a great guy, plays catch with the fans before practice, before games. Watching him with the red sleeves, he's been their best defensive player the last few years. It's going to be hard seeing him no longer there. We're going to miss him deeply, but I think this sent the right message, not just with Eliot Wolf, but for Jerod Mayo, that, we're not going to have any distractions here. And Matthew Judon was one of the oldest players on the field out there, and you got to act like a leader. If you're a veteran, you have to be a leader in that situation. David Andrews is up there in age. Hunter Henry is up there in age. They're all leaders. Matthew Judon did not lead by example this year in training camp, and I think this sends the right message ultimately, and the Patriots now have an opportunity to bring some additional pieces in next year's draft, or even trade up if they want to use their 2-3 third-round picks for a good 2nd-round player or something like that. They're going to have a lot more opportunities because of this deal, and Matthew Judon is probably happier because he will presumably get his contract extension with the Atlanta Falcons. So tough seeing Judon go, but this is probably the right move in my opinion. I know a lot of people aren't going to like it, but like I said, Patriots aren't winning the Super Bowl this year, and Eliot Wolf, Jerod Mayo saw the team that they had on the field on Tuesday. We'll get a better idea in Thursday's preseason game, but they know that the writing's on the wall. This is not going to be a good team this year, and that just makes their other draft picks even more valuable, which you compare with this pick that they got in return. But we'll be back tomorrow with post-game coverage from the preseason game, answer all those huge questions. Is Drake May going to get a lot more snaps? Is he going to get snaps behind the first-team offensive line? How much are we going to see Joe Milton? Are they going to use Bailey Zappi as cannon fodder again? We'll answer all those questions tomorrow night on PatsCast. If you like this video, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, or subscribe if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Matthew Judon's on the train to the Falcons, a deal well made. No more sacks, no bumble gold. Got a trade story, gotta be told. PatsCast talking trades today. Judon's moving far away. Distractions aren't here to stay. So chill, we play. We love Judon, but we gotta pick. race fades from sight. Won't see the autumn leaves. We'll miss those bright red sleeves. Look ahead, we'll rise again. Roster change, battles end. Judon gone, but we defend. PatsCast, loud message sent. Look ahead, we'll rise again. Roster change, battles end. Judon gone, but we defend. PatsCast, now message sent.